on there, but anyway. All right, well, so we're welcome to Flipping the Script Fishing Community. We're doing a little live event here. We're going to give some different lures away, and I'm here with Matt from MaCo Baits, and he does custom painting. Let me try to adjust this camera real fast. Let's see if we... Bear with me just a second, guys. All right. You see both of us. We're going to be live both on Facebook and YouTube. So we're going to be taking some questions. Let's see here, we got 2 on that one. I can't tell how many we got on YouTube. We're going to try to wait for everybody to get in here. Give it a second. But I'm here with Matt. He has MaCo Bait Company. This one here, let's just, if I could turn this one a little bit. This one got half head on there. Bear with us, guys.
What's up, guys?
Alright. Alright, so yeah, we're going to be doing a giveaway. So I'll explain how to get entered for that. I'll show you exactly what you can win, and we'll also show you exactly what's available. He's got a bunch of stuff, does some really good work, and we'll go over all that and, you know, take any questions you guys have. We got Ray over here working the computer, so she'll be able to tell us what questions you guys have. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how we can do both of these at the same time and get a reasonably similar picture, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Alright, so we got 6 on the Facebook. How many we got on the YouTube?
I got 6 on Facebook and I can't really tell them.
Well, YouTube we didn't really advertise it, so. But
one watching. Might be me.
it probably is.
He's here. Zachary Weishauser.
Alright, we
What's
got
up,
Chris McKinley.
Chris McKinley.
Alright, guys. Alright, let's go ahead and just get started. Alright, so thanks for joining us. We've been advertising and promoting Matt's company. He does a custom painting. He does really nice blanks of crankbaits, glide baits, jerk baits, topwater lures, all kinds of really nice blanks. And he does the custom paint jobs on top of them. So they're really high quality, and you're going to get a chance to win 1 or 2 bundles. And if we can get 50 people on here, then you're going to get a chance to win the 3rd, which is a really beautiful glide bait. Let me show you real quick. Here is the first bundle. Alright, first bundle. Facebook, I'll show you guys. It's got a little jerk bait on there. There it is. And a crankbait, a little deep diving crankbait. Okay, that's the first bundle. The second is a Whopper Plopper style top water and a jerk bait, a deep diving jerk bait. It's kind of like a mega bass blank. Kind of looks like that. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, but definitely looks like one to me. And if we can get 50 people on here, so invite your friends, guys. Send this to them, because we'll have a chance at this beauty. That glide bait, look at this. Look how gorgeous that thing is. Got like a foil on it. Check it out. Nice foil on there. You can see that shimmer on that light. Alright, that's beautiful.
Hey, Christy.
And if y'all don't get enough people, then I'm taking this one with me.
He is. He's not kidding.
So I'm not sure if I want to root for it or not. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so without further ado, I want to introduce you to Matt, and he'll explain to you a little bit more about what he does. Share with you the types of baits he does. Share the type of paint jobs he does. And it might be tricky. You might have to show one camera and show the other camera, or kind of balance you in the middle. But
Yeah, I'll do my best for sure.
We'll figure it out. So now, guys, to get entered for this giveaway, I almost forgot the part that everybody came for. To get entered, all you gotta do is write a question. You comment a question, and we answer your question, you're entered into the giveaway. So, do that, and you also have an opportunity. All these baits are discounted just for this event, just for the live feed. So it's discounted, and you get a price that you won't get any other time. So take advantage of it. So anyway, Matt.
Yep. All right, guys. Nice to sort of meet some of you guys over the live platform. But my name is Matt, and I run MaCo Tackle Company out of Saudi Daisy. I'm originally from Colorado, so some of you please don't hold that against me. But I started this company about 1.5 years ago. Been fishing since I was a little kid, like 1.5 years old. And I love to bass fish. I get out as much as I can.
Hopefully you guys saw the pictures that he posted on the group page, because he posted quite a few pictures of some pretty nice bass and some other work that he did that was real nice.
Keaton has some questions. Keaton says, what are you catching them on here lately? And are his baits all hard plastic baits, or does he make any like a bull shad?
I've been catching them lately on mostly bluffs and rocky points. I'll be honest, I haven't had a real good chance to get out much. But last week I was catching them on bluffs, anywhere you can find that current. We're throwing a Ned rig and catching them with that, and throwing a drop shot. Also, I was throwing a shaky head. Unfortunately, this time of the year you have to get finesse to catch some of those fish. So when the bite's tough, if it's not early morning or in the evening, it's a good time for topwater. But middle of the day, I'm throwing that finesse stuff more than likely on those bluffs. So that's probably where you're gonna find me. But for consistent bites, and you catch a big one here and there. But the question of what was the part that he had for you?
I think
what just hard baits?
Hard plastic,
Yeah,
does he make any like a bull shad?
Okay. Like a bull shad. So you
like
mentioned
resin baits, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like a bull shad, like this one.
It's I do have a few that are similar. They do come off of a blank.
Yeah, check that out.
That I get.
That beautiful or what? All right, so yeah, this is very similar to a bull shad,
Yep.
except it has the lip. So it's a floating bait, right?
Yep, floating bait. It'll dive down to probably 1.5 to 3 feet, depending on the retrieve that you're using.
Do you have any slow sinks that you pretty much, if somebody wants something painted, they can just send it to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yep.
he does that too. I mean, if you have a particular bait that you want painted, like a bull shad, I mean, you could literally buy the bull shad, send it to him if you wanted to. And I don't know what he charges for the paint job. I guess that's something you guys have to work out.
Yep.
But depending on the bait and
Yeah,
that
it
kind of
depends
stuff.
on the bait and the how many of them, and I normally try to offer discounts and help people out.
Yeah, but yeah, I saw this, and this one caught my eye too. A big old nice swim bait there. But
He
yeah,
wants to know if you have any smaller weight baits.
smaller wake baits.
I do have some blanks coming in that are like a 1.5. Those should be in like next week. They're a really small wake, but the only wake that I can kind of think that I have is this guy. It's kind of like the hooks are sticky. It's kind of like a tiny clash. So it is a slow sink bait, or it's called low float. So it just goes a couple inches below the water, and you can wake it. Right here, you can take this bill off, and then it's a floater. So, but
That's cool.
Yeah.
How much that run?
I normally sell these for $34.99. I think tonight I was gonna do 28, so you can get that guy for 28 bucks.
That's nice. And this one, the one I held up earlier. See here. That's the countdown swim bait.
Yeah.
Typically, it's $25 for that. And he's selling tonight only for $20. So yeah, make sure if you're interested in that, make sure you get a hold of them. Send them a message on Facebook. How do they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me at MaCo MaCo Tackle Co. Gmail. That's my email, and then you can message me on Facebook, MaCo Tackle Company.
Make sure it's on those. Yeah.
Information as well. We've got some other questions.
What's up, Patrick?
Yeah, we make sure when you message him, make sure you put flipping this or flipping live. Put something that indicates that you were on this live feed, and he'll give you that discount. I think you had the discount all week on that if they put flipping FLIPN, and if you put flipping live, same thing. So as long as you could title it that or put in bold letters or all caps in the message, then he'll know to give you that discount because we wanted to make sure that you guys got this special discount.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a couple here. Colin wants to know, does Matt do repaint? I have some baits that need to be repainted.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's funny you mentioned that, because if you've watched that video where I go in the water to retrieve the crankbait or the lipless that I found, or excuse me, the lipless that I painted myself, I went in the water and I found like 90 something baits. Well, that's actually how I got to know Matt. He contacted me like, hey, send them over to me. I'll paint them up for you, and he painted up a bunch of them for me that just needed some work. Let's see, I don't want these to drop out, but he repainted a bunch of them so they were crappy and all covered with like freshwater barnacles or whatever you want to call it, nonsense, and he painted them up, got them looking nice, and I there's so many of them I haven't gotten around to using all of them, but I have fished a couple of them and catch fish on them. So I mean, they're good as new. Once you get a new paint job on them and put some hooks on them, they do great.
TW Godfrey says, is chatterbait still working? And Patrick Smith says, good evening, guys.
Good evening, Pat. And the chatterbait, I'll be honest, I haven't thrown chatterbait.
I hardly ever throw one. I know that's like don't tell anybody.
Yeah, I have heard of people catch them on chatterbait. Of course, around that shallow grass. I heard that some people are doing good with the bigger bladed ones and also throwing them a little bit deeper. If you can find that grass in the 8-foot range and slow roll chatterbait down there, if it gets hung up, you jerk it free and they're getting hits that way. Yeah. So, I can't say I've caught anything. I haven't really fished it, so I can't say. Sorry, I wish I could help you more there. But all right. Yeah. So let's look at some of the other stuff that you make. Here's another.
Don't forget to remind them how they can be entered.
All right. Yeah. I want to remind you again. You enter this. What's up, Brent? Enter this giveaway by asking a question. So if you want to be entered for the giveaway, at the end of this hour long, your name will be entered in if you ask a question and we answer it here on air. So. Anyway, nice glide bait here. Okay, this is, I'm not sure who makes this blank, but it's a nice one.
It's similar to Ice Slide by Mega Bass.
Ice Slide, okay.
Not sure who makes it either.
Your glides typically are $25, and today they're $20. So any of these particular baits by themselves, if you want one, just holler or leave us. Heck, you can even say it right here in the comments that you want us to hold that for you, or whatever, and we can make a note and we'll get it to you.
Yep.
Patrick Smith says he has crankbait blanks he needs painted, so you might want to tell him how to get in contact with you.
Yeah, so Patrick, if you can just get a hold of me through through email, which is going to be MaCo Tackle Co. @gmail.com. You can also get a hold of me through Facebook Messenger is another good way. MaCo Tackle Co. It's like on the
You can always contact me.
Cool deal.
Yeah. Or Jared can.
Yeah, I can always pass you along if you can't find him.
Finder's fee.
Yeah, a little finder's fee. No big deal. Maybe your first point. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you let us know and we'll make it happen.
Cool.
What are some of these other?
Yeah, so I got a few more. I have tons of different blanks that I offer specifically, but let me just throw a couple of these up for you.
Is that some topwater lures there? Or?
Yeah, I got some top waters. This top one, it's similar to like a Vixen. Middle one, let's see if I can get some light off of those. It's going to be like a Sammy, Lucky Craft Sammy. Bottom one is kind of like a mix between a popper and a walking bait. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got kind of a couple ghost patterns. And then bottom one is kind of it's a black, maybe a nighttime bait.
And that's those individually. Today they're typically $11 a piece, but today they're $9 a piece.
Yep.
And are you doing the bundle, or are you just selling them?
Yeah, and I would, if anybody wants all three of those, I'll bundle those together for $22.
Colin wants to know, if I get a glide bait, does it come with Jared giving a lesson out on the boat?
Well, might be a little bit of an upcharge there, but I'll be honest. I've had a hard time getting out in the water. I'm only getting out for just a couple hours at a time, and a lot of times just from the bank. Like I went testing some frogs the other day, and I just had an hour and a half. So, you know, it is what it is. You gotta make a living, and unfortunately, I'm not to the point where I can make a living doing this. So maybe one day. We'll see. Someday.
Matt, tell me the email address again. MaCo Tackle, MaCo.
Yeah, email address is MaCo Tackle TACKLE co @gmail.com.
I was just gonna put it in the comments here.
Oh,
that
cool,
anybody can-
cool.
That'll work.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And any of you square bill lovers?
Me.
Yeah. here's some right here. These are basically what, like a 2.5.
Yeah, it's 2.5 square bill. It's very similar to Lucky Craft.
I like this crawl pattern you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's upside down, but
Several
pretty nice.
several
Nice shad
different
pattern too.
craws. Kind of the bottom one I call Space Ghost, but it's kind of shad,
Yeah.
shaddish. So
Patrick
Very
wants to know if he can he and would he paint them? They are Norman blank bodies. Do you have any problems with specific types of bodies that people have that are blanks?
I'll repeat the question. What was it?
So Patrick had asked, I have some crankbaits I need painted. You
Uh-huh.
answered that one. He wants
Yeah.
to know, can he and would he paint them? They are Norman blank bodies.
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I only paint Mega Bass, so
No.
no, I'm just kidding. That'd be great. That would be great.
Yeah.
I love Normans.
I'm pretty sure that he's not partial to any particular blank.
No.
I gave him a bunch of odds and ends that I had found while walking the beach, and they looked like hell warmed over, and he made them look nice. So I mean, you just send them the blanks, whatever they are, or even your now obviously if you found the crankbait, there's only so far he can go. It may not be able to make it look brand new, but
Yeah.
a whole lot better than it was.
I'll sand it down and
Yeah.
Dremel it and try to make it look decent, but it will generally look kind of rough.
Yeah, it'll have a little bit of wear on it because it's an old crankbait you found on the lake bed. So,
Yeah.
but if you have the actual blanks to send to him, I don't think he's partial to any blank.
No, definitely
So-
not. I actually have a few that are. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, they're similar to a
Norman.
similar to like a Norman. I'm not sure what that is. DD
22.
10 or 12, I think.
Yeah.
But
12, 14.
I
think.
love them. That's a good bait.
That's another one of the bundles, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, we have a lot of these. If you're interested, I don't know how well you can see them from back there. I don't know if I might need to angle this thing. Here, let me try to angle it. If it makes it a little bit better.
You guys look great on here.
Yeah, that's.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Both
That's
of your
pretty
bad
good.
sides are exposed, so you're all good.
Oh yeah.
Both of our what?
Bad sides are exposed,
Oh,
so
good.
you're all good.
That's good.
And,
Each side, both sides are.
We're missing Ray's comic relief over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got a lot of different top waters. He was showing a lot of walking baits. He got some poppers, and then he also has this. I'm not sure if it's more like a Whopper Plopper, El Chapo, but it's one of those type that he paints.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I got a lot of those. I put KVD triple grips on everything. Good split rings. On the swim baits right here, put heavy duty saltwater gear on it, and then triple grips as well. Heavy duty.
cool deal. All right.
So I do. Let's see. I do have some. Couple more here. This is one of my favorite baits during. I don't know. I guess pre-spawn, some post-spawn, fall.
He's constantly posting pictures of fish that he's caught on these, so he does very well on his jerk baits. And they do look very nice.
Yeah, so it's a good one. It's very similar to the Mega Bass 110+1, so it dives to about 6 feet. KVD triple grips. I put the right hooks on it so that it suspends, and I love them. Catch a lot of fish doing that. So.
Yeah, trust me, he's always posting pictures of making me jealous.
Yeah. And each one of those normally is going to be $11.99. Where are they? There they are. I'll do them for $9 tonight. Yep.
Christy wants to know if you make frogs.
I don't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I wish.
The
Frogging can be good,
yeah.
at least on Chickamauga.
I'm actually working with a company. Well, they asked me to test some baits, and I don't have that information for you, but eventually, possibly. So, but they actually make blanks that you may be able to paint.
Yeah.
So
I've
that
seen
may
them.
be
They
something.
look good.
That may be something that might be able to work out in the future, but
Yeah.
at this point, it's not something you offer. But
Yep.
Richard
maybe
Humphrey says
someday.
nice. Patrick Gray says hello, guys. And
What's up,
Christy
Patrick?
says nice.
what's up, fellas and ladies?
I think she's talking about whatever bait you guys just had. She's asking if that's deep, possibly.
Yeah, they dive. It's one of the deeper. It's not
The jerk baits.
one of the deeper jerk baits.
Yeah, this one, depending on the line, like if you throw that on like an 8-pound test fluorocarbon or 10-pound test, I could get them down to about 10 feet or so. Of course, if you did add a suspending dot or something like that, I mean they're already balanced out. He's already got them tuned so they suspend. However, you always have the option to add a little bit of weight, and then you get a slow sinking thing. So as long as you can stand it, and of course you risk getting hung up more, but as long as you can stand it, you can get them down deeper.
Right.
That's one way to do that. But yeah, those 110 plus, I throw them on 10-pound tests a lot, and you can get them down to close to 10 feet pretty easily.
So why don't you show them one of the giveaways, the first giveaways for tonight?
All right, just go back over the giveaway, guys. First one is this is the ledge dredger, and a little jerkbait, natural shad. That's the first bundle, giveaway bundle. See if I can get that glare off of there so you can see it better. All right, that's the first bundle.
And I do really good on that little jerkbait. As a weight transfer, very
Casts real well for you.
very good lure.
The
Did you show both cameras?
yes, I thought I did. The second bundle is a 110 plus elite jerkbait. So that's the little bit bigger size, isn't it?
Let's see. It's the it's the +1.
Yeah, +1, and then also it's like a Whopper Plopper type topwater lure there. So that's the second bundle. So both of those will be given away regardless. Now this one is a gorgeous glide bait. You can kind of see that it's got like a foil on the back, so it really looks natural and real. And this one is if we can get 50 people on here. So you guys better start telling some people. I'm taking this one. I'm taking it with me.
He will.
It's true.
Let's wait, he's taking
What
it
else
down.
we got?
So let's see here. We also got some of those deep diving. Why don't you share
Yeah.
those the deep diving bundle
Yeah,
there.
so I got couple real good ones here. I don't know if you can see that, but these bottom three, those are going to be, it's very similar to the G87 20A by Duo Realis. Has weight transfer, so when you bring it back in, it is silent. Top one, it's deep diver 12 to 15 feet. That's a neutral shad color, so it is transparent, silent, kind of similar to a bomber, but really good lure. That's
How deep will
one of
those
my
dive?
favorites. Top one, it'll go 12 to 17, maybe a little bit deeper with light line. And then these bottom ones, it says they'll go to 25. With very light line, you can definitely get them down. I don't know if you can see, but the bill on that is
That's pretty.
is enormous.
Pretty
So
lengthy.
pretty cool lures. So
Cool deal. And that, how much are those?
so those, let's see, they're normally $13.99 a piece. I'm selling them for $10 for tonight with a discount.
Okay, cool deal.
Yep.
Let's see here.
I can do square bills. I guess you did that.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
the other
these-
kind of square bills. What exactly are the difference on those? It's just they don't
Yeah,
dive
let
quite
me-
as deep.
Let me show them here real quick. So basically got just a couple different styles of square bill there.
The one's like a fat bodied one.
Yeah, this one on the left is gonna be or my
Your left.
yeah thanks man is it's very similar to an S crank, Mega Bass S crank. Made a lot of them for people. They really like them. Fish seem to like them. And then this one over here is going to be a just a standard 2.5, but
Like a Strike King.
yeah, or a Strike King Lucky
Lucky
Craft.
Craft. Okay.
Really good lures though. So let me put those there.
All very consistent producers. Yeah.
Yeah, I love square bills. So
There's also something you catch a bunch on. I see.
yeah, yep. I don't post the logs I catch though. So.
He also does some lipless.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
That one up there.
So this one's one of my favorites. Kind of an overlooked, just because it's so small. It's a, I don't know, probably 2.5 inch, maybe 2 inch lipless, but it is ½ ounce. So you're going to be able to get down there, and I use this pretty much all year on ledges and grass. It's a really good bait. Has a really good shimmy.
Can
So
you pull that out? Because it's kind of, the color is blending in with the back of the thing.
oh, is it? Yeah.
Pulled out of the-
Yeah, let me pull it out of the package for you. Like I say, I do put, let's see if I can get it on both. I do put triple grips on there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a translucent, kind of got a white belly, kind of a bluish purple back, like a frozen tequila type color. I really like them though. Catch, if you're looking to take somebody out and just catch anything, these will catch, a 6-pound bass, a 30-pound drum, 20-pound catfish. They'll catch everything in the lake. So really good lure. Let's see, I do,
Christy said she just came back. She had to share. So she's sharing a lot.
Thank you, Christy.
Sweet,
Appreciate that.
sweet.
Patrick Gray says, throw the square bills and lay down splats and rip wrap.
Yep.
That's good. Yes.
There you go.
And I forgot to say hello to Richard Humphreys. Sorry, Richard.
Richard, nice to meet
Hey, what's up,
nice
Richard?
to see you on here. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Show some of the other paint jobs you've done and some
Yeah.
of the other blanks.
Patrick says, looks like he has a lot of good stuff to buy.
He does. Definitely check him out. He's
That's the purpose of this live, is so that we can get a bait maker.
Can they
out
hear
there
you?
I don't know.
I don't think they can hear you.
Oh,
Tell them.
Yeah, and she is right. That is the purpose of these lives, is just trying to get you familiarized with some of the opportunities you have locally, and even if you're live in Chicago, for instance, obviously that's not local to Chattanooga, but these are opportunities you have to buy different baits from people here in the United States, and especially locally here to Chattanooga, and they offer some good stuff, guys, and just take advantage of it.
Well, I definitely appreciate that. I'm sure other people watching that appreciate that too, who are local bait makers. One of the cool things is you get colors by the bait makers, whether it's soft plastics or hard baits, that you're not going to be able to get other places. Different combos. Sometimes it makes a difference. So here's just a couple more. This is a 120 millimeter, which is I think a 4.5, 4 3/4 jerk bait, similar to a Duo Realis. I don't know. I might throw that in my head or something. Nice black and blue. Other paint jobs I do. This one's like an emerald shiner, so it's got a little bit of gold. It's got a black bill on it. Hopefully you can kind of see some of the colors there. What else we got here? Yeah, I got different 110 jerk baits. This is a 110 plus 1, but hopefully you can see that. It's got like a, I don't know what that is, if it's maybe like an alewife or something like that. So, but really cool baits. I've caught fish on most of these. So.
Richard Humphrey says they can barely hear me. I think that's for her.
Ouch.
Yeah, Chris, he puts a triple grips on all of his.
Yeah.
So if you order one, unless you state that you don't want the hooks, then the triple grip will be on there.
Right. That's some people say that EWG is maybe not as good for the short striking fish, but I'm hoping they'll grab the bait hard, and they are really good.
Hold on to that. And
really good for holding on to fish.
Yeah.
Are you answering Chris's question?
About the triple grip hooks.
Yeah. I got a couple more. I like this color. It's a I think I call it Killer Tomato. Let me put that on there.
That's good.
It is a translucent. This one is a flap slap. This is the very similar to the Megabass 2.0 square bill. But this flap slap, that's a sweet little bait. Like if you're looking for a silent jerk bait, when everybody else is throwing something that rattles, that's a really good option. So
Richard Humphrey says the black bill is a nice touch.
yeah, thank you.
Black belly.
The bill.
Oh, black bill.
Yeah, that
And
one
Chris
there.
says nice touch to them. I throw nothing but triple grips.
Cool.
They're good hooks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like some of these crawl patterns.
Yeah, there's another one. Very simple, but very, very effective. It's got a gold belly, kind of fades up into a red, up into a purple up top. It's really cool. But again, I can do any combo you want.
And you guys that like that red lipless. What is this? Is this that one that has like the tungsten lip on it? That's
I
not
don't
what
think
this
so. That is a similar. It's kind of like an Aruka shad,
Okay, yeah,
a Spro.
right.
Yeah.
That's almost like a chili crawl color. That'd be killer.
Yeah, that's one I use a lot and catch a lot of fish on. Mostly in that smaller size, but some on that bigger size as well. This is another one. It's I'm not sure if it's a Yozuri, or it does kind of look like some of the older Megabass blanks, but it's in a neutral shad color is what I call it, but it's probably one of my best all around colors just because it's so neutral. So
Natural.
yeah.
What are your best selling colors, Matt?
Overall, I'm trying to think. Probably any of my shad colors. I sell a lot of this. Sell a lot of my, let's see, kind of like this bottom one here. That shad pattern on lots of different baits. It's very effective.
Where's that one that had like the reflection in it? That one?
Yeah, this one. So this one, it's gonna be like a Yozuri. It does have, I don't know if you can see that, but it does have some holographic on the inside there. And hopefully, as you can see from the bill, it's, probably dives 12 foot on regular line, maybe a little bit deeper than that, but really good crankbait. So, and it has barely any rattle there. So
I thought this pattern looked good. Almost looked like a crappie pattern almost.
yeah.
Not sure what you call it, but
Yeah, that's I call that one Space Ghost. Not sure why. I don't know. But
Humphrey said translucent.
yeah, translucent.
And I apologize. Some of these comments might be coming after the fact.
Yo, that's
You guys talking, so
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
apologize.
yeah.
My mom sends emojis.
oh,
Okay.
Thanks for the
Thumbs down
emojis,
or
Dad.
what?
I
Deb.
said no.
Just kidding.
She's
Okay.
question. It's a brown thing. But I said you need
Okay.
to ask a question to be entered to win this day.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, if you want to be entered, Deb, you gotta ask a question. Sorry. No favoritism, even to mother-in-laws.
Patrick Gray says Matthew is an amazing artist. Great job, guys. I will be watching more.
Thank you, Patrick. And
Thanks,
Patrick is a great guy too.
Yeah,
So,
I've got a
awesome
crankbait or two of his as well. Yeah, I'm drawn to these big ones. I have to tell you, I'm
So Patrick did ask how much is that glide bait normally?
this glide bait or the which?
You may
we
want
do
to
have-
show them both. That one came in.
Do you have a couple? Let's see. Let me hold up a couple here. Switch to both camera. Well, let me move my hand out of the way just a little bit. So we got the this one.
That's
This
more like
one.
a wake.
Yeah, it's like a wake bait, and if I can get my hand out of the way, it's like a kind of like a tiny clash, but it'd be $34.99 is what I charge for those. And then this guy is a it's kind of like the Mega Bass Ice Slide, and I believe I do those for $24.99.
Typically that's what they are, but tonight the wake is $28 and the glide is $20. So you kind of want to take advantage of it if you can, if you hear what I'm saying. But you make sure when you do message him, make sure you put flipping live. Okay, so as long as we can tell that you were watching, then you get that discount. Okay, guys.
My mother wants to know. So who is the better fisherman?
I would say Jared.
We never really fished together, so I mean,
We'll just leave it open ended so we can both think we're the
Ray
better fisherman.
wins.
I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, Ray, she. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
Don't even want to go there.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
gonna get all upset again.
Yeah.
She likes to upset me.
Don't get upset.
But all right, so yeah, this is a lot of what he offers. Remember, he offers. Look at this one. I don't think you showed this one.
Oh, I don't think I did either.
That pretty. That's like a purplish, pinkish color, and the top one is kind of like that chrome, or not the chrome. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's
Richard
kind of like a
says
shad
feature
color.
video, and Christy says show the tomato one again, please.
Tomato one.
Tomato. All right. let me-
Killer tomato.
Killer tomato. Okay.
So I got a few of those. I definitely. Well,
Color pattern he likes. and
two
does
at a
well,
time.
apparently.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, so that's a really good one. I guess like pre-spawn. I'm sure it works good other times of the year, but that's when I have the most luck with it. So very good color. So
Good deal.
Yep.
What's going on, Matt?
So, man.
Yeah, so again, if you want to enter, make sure you enter to ask a question. I don't know how many entries we got over there, honey.
I don't know. I've been breaking them down and putting them in there.
Yep. So if you want to enter, make sure you ask a question. We need to answer it. Okay.
Yeah.
That way, we'll keep us flowing with content, and we'll make this a lot less boring for you guys. So,
Yeah.
Ask that question, and if you want a chance at winning this and giving this one away too, we have the other 2 bundles, and we have this one, and this one, but this one's contingent on getting 50 people on here, and we are lacking that significantly. So we're gonna have to get more people on there if you want that. Otherwise, you got to pay $20 for it. So, but this is the first bundle that we're gonna be giving away. Okay, we got a little jerk bait up here, and we got the crankbait, the ledge dredger, and then the second bundle is going to be that jerk bait, 110 plus, and a whopper plopper style bait.
Yep.
Do you
So-
have a whopper? Do you show a whopper plug?
Yeah, we showed that one.
Yeah.
Patrick says LOL because he said yes to Mom's question, and I said good answer, Patrick. He says LOL. My wife will have a fit over some of those. So I guess it's some of those baits. I guess is what.
Well, then maybe you should buy your wife some, huh? Yeah. Yeah, but
Don't even think about it, Sullivan.
I'm gonna buy my wife a bunch of them, so that might never
Buy
make
you
it to
a
her, but.
suitcase.
Buy me a suitcase. We already have it. Wait, to put all the baits? Okay. That sounds good. No. Anyway, alright. Custom paint jobs. If you guys have lures that you want painted, get a hold of him. He does that as
Yeah,
well.
hit me up.
If you have lures that you found, he does that as well. He can paint those as well. Just wouldn't expect them to look brand new. You know, there is some work that has to be done with them, but he can make them look significantly better. And of course, he also has the blanks, and you can go to his site, MaCo.company or MaCo Tackle Company, and you can look all this stuff up. Now, if you want the discount that we're offering today, just with this feed and all week long, then you need to put the flipping live on your message to him, and we'll get it. What, 15%?
Yep. 15% off.
All right, so
And that's what the lures are tonight.
Right.
Of course, outside they give away. So.
Patrick Gray says never threw a glide bait. What is the technique?
the glide bait, there are multiple ways you can retrieve them. However, the one that, because I never threw a glide bait until this year, and so I got the chance to go out with Billy Wheat and do a video with him, and obviously refer to that video. It has all the specifics about the line, the rod and reel combo you want, and how to reel it in. But for the most part, what you're gonna do, you're gonna cast it out, and you're gonna crank the reel, like half turns or full turns, okay? And depending on how big that glide bait is, it may need, like a big glide bait will need a full turn. A small glide bait will only need a quarter turn or a half a turn. And what happens is that line will pull on that bait, and it will force it to glide one direction. You'll do another crank, and it will pull on that bait, and it will force it to glide the other direction. So if you have your rod tip painted, if you have that rod tip pointed, not directly at the bait, but just off a couple degrees, so that when you feel that line pulling on your rod tip, that's when you know that bait has turned and is starting to make its glide. So that way, it will glide to the one side, you do that half turn or a full turn, and glide to the next. Each glide bait has its own rhythm, or how far you have to turn that reel handle, crank that reel handle to get it to glide. So that's something you will have to hone in on for yourself. But yeah, they're really neat baits. They're a slow retrieve from what I can gather, and you can go from a very slow crank to just that quarter turn or half turn or one full turn. But I don't really see many people fishing them faster than that, and having much success with them. So I would definitely refer to that. I think I dropped that video in February. I want to say February. So I mean, you can't miss it. It's got the thumbnail. It says glide baits on it, how to fish glide baits. So you can't miss it. It stands out pretty well, and it's got all the specifics in there, and we also catch some big ones in there. So a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
DW Godfrey asked what size and style of worm is best for wacky rig, and Zachary has a question after that.
Yeah. So who is it that asked that worm question?
DW Godfrey.
DW Godfrey. Okay. The best I have found for a wacky rig is just your standard Senko type or stick worm. Okay. Mostly because it sinks, so you can do a couple different things. You know, you twitch it and then let it sink vertically in the water column, and it has that shimmy as it goes down, and that's what really elicits the strike oftentimes. However, you can wacky rig Magnum trick worms or all that kind of stuff, but they're not going to have that same kind of wiggle, so you have to impart the action more so. And I find that fishing really shallow, you know, in 3 feet or less, sometimes those trick worms and those types of things can do better by just twitching them, and then once you finish twitching them, they kind of come out and they're kind of still shaking a little bit. Those can get a lot of bites, and you know, throw them, you know, way up into sticks and brush and that kind of stuff with like a weedless hook, and you can get a lot of good strikes that way. However, on average, that stick worm is going to be your best wacky rig worm, in my opinion. So
That's what I do. Same thing.
And then Zachary says, does line play a big factor when throwing different types of lures? And then I got another question after that.
yes, and actually I'm glad you mentioned that, because I didn't mention it with the glide bait. Billy Wheat recommends you throw like 20-pound monofilament on a glide bait. Now he says, one, because they're such big baits and you want a little bit of that stretch, and two, it keeps it neutrally buoyant. So if you have fluorocarbon line, fluorocarbon sinks, so it make that whole glide bait kind of tilt. So the monofilament floats, so it keeps that glide bait buoyant and straight, so you can pause it and that glide bait's perfectly straight in the water column. Top waters, you pretty much want to throw them on either monofilament, or you want braid with a monofilament leader, so because it floats. You know, if you throw a top water with fluorocarbon line, it's going to sink that bait and it's not going to act right.
Be a submarine.
Yep, and you have a submarine, you know, walking bait, which, you know, I don't know what it looks like under there, but I haven't gotten them bit on the under the surface. But fluorocarbon is really good for just about everything else, in my opinion, other than heavy cover stuff. If I'm throwing it into grass and stuff, I'm throwing braid. So, you know, really, you know, if you want to be on surface, monofilament. If you're fishing heavy stuff, braid. If you're fishing finesse or crankbaits, that kind of stuff, something you need to get deep, fluorocarbon.
Patrick wants to know, do you have the thread fin pattern to match the ones here on our lake? Where are you fishing, Patrick?
I think he's talking about Chickamauga.
Okay.
But he I think he lives in North Georgia. But threadfin shad, you know, you got a couple that were like a threadfin shad pattern.
Yeah, kind of like that. I would
Yeah.
say.
He was talking earlier to
do
me.
Similar stuff.
There you go.
This guy.
He was talking to me earlier that he will do custom paint jobs. So if you have a good representation of the color pattern that you want, you know, that's something that you could send to him, and I'm sure he could work with you to get the color right that you want. And you know, so if for some reason, you know, threadfin shad is a significantly different color on another body of water, then you know, you send a photo of that or exactly what you want, and I think he's got enough. He seems to be talented enough to make it look pretty close.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking at this. I mean, this is a really good shad pattern there. You know, you got kind of a little bit of chartreuse. It's like a tannish color in the center there, and you get, of course, the white belly into like a purple, then a darker back.
Patrick says, awesome, great info. I'll check out the live video. Zachary says good info. Thanks, man.
No problem, guys. Oh, this is also pretty good shad pattern there. Beautiful, that big glide. This one that's soon to be mine because there's not enough people on here.
Could be.
Tonight's
Bye,
special.
Glide.
If we don't hit 50 viewers,
Yep, we gotta get
Jared's
50
gonna
viewers
pay
on that
double
one,
for it.
or we're not giving it away. I'm taking it.
nope, you gotta pay double for
He
it.
will. He will.
No other questions, honey?
Nope, I'm not seeing any.
All right, guys. Remember, get entered. You gotta ask a question. Zach, how's it going, brother?
What's up, Zach?
You gotta ask a question, Zach. I don't think we got one from you.
Zachary
Wisen, I don't know how you say your last name, but brother.
Weiser.
Weiser. That's my best shot.
Zire?
Zerzire.
Actually, he wins that last one since nobody can pronounce his name. Got you, Zach.
But
yes, he did ask a question because he's the one that asked about the line.
okay, so you
Yeah.
asked about the
Good
line.
question.
Okay, all right, Well, we got you in there. Then I'm not reading out. I'm trying not to be that guy that's just stuck looking at it and making a. I'm not. I don't want to be that guy. So, right. So, if you, ask a question so you can get entered for this because we're gonna be doing a drawing here shortly, and to see who gets to win that, and the drawing ones obviously. We'll show them one more time. It's a small jerk bait. It's what blank is that? Is that dual
It's very similar to Duo, 90 millimeter, which is 3 3/4.
Those small jerk baits catch them, guys.
Yeah.
And then you get the deep diving dredger, ledge dredger. Okay, so that's the first bundle.
Then you got the this one here, which is going to be the Whopper Plopper and the 110+1 jerkbait here.
Another good little bundle.
Really, really good colors. Really, they kind of work everywhere. Kind of shad type patterns. So.
Richard Humphreys wants to know where's the company located, and Christy sounds kind of upset that she didn't get a phone call when you came to Gunnersville.
Well, I haven't been down to Gunnersville in a little bit, Christy. It's, in fact, I haven't been down there since January. I plan on coming down there in the beginning of August, if I can get down there. But what did Richard ask again?
Where's the company located?
Saudi Daisy.
Yeah, we're located in Saudi Daisy, Tennessee.
Saudi Daisy,
Yep,
Tennessee.
right by the lake. So.
Yeah, cool deal. I was gonna say something that just left. Gone.
You're young then.
It was fishing related. right?
I'm thinking probably fishing related.
Oh, she said Jeremy was upset.
Oh, Jeremy's up. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I'll do better next time. Beginner ledge fishing. I would, for me, I just try to do my best to imagine. You look at the bank and you see what the bank looks like, and you try to imagine that persisting down or continuing down into the water. So if you have a rock vein, for instance, up on the bank that you can see, and it goes and disappears in the water, chances are that rock vein continues down well below you. Now you can verify that by either with your electronics, or you can take a lure that hits that bottom real well, like a jig or a shaky head, and just drag it. And you can, if you feel those rocks, and you can bet that's a feature that continues on below you. The other thing is, for beginner fishermen, if you can find bluffs everywhere. Bluffs are obvious. They got the big rock walls, and that's a ledge. It's just one that you can see above the water. So imagine that below the water. So a lot of those ledges, if it has enough water right there on the side of that bluff, then you can fish that like a ledge. The ones that you can't see at all, you can get like an avionics. You can get that on your phone as an app, and you can look at the topographical map, and it has lines that represent the depth. Okay, so if your lines are far apart, that means that depth changed real slow. Okay, if those lines are close together, that means it dropped a foot real quick. So if you have a bunch of lines together that's going to designate a sharp drop, and of course if you're nowhere close to the bank, then that's a ledge. So if you're looking at a map and you see the, it shows it's 5 feet right here, and then over to the left it shows 30 feet. Find that area in there where the lines are the closest together. That's going to be your sharpest drop from the shallow to the deep, and that's going to be your best bet. And of course, the closer those lines are, the more lines that are together, then the sharper the drop, and the more ledge-like it's going to be. So check out your maps. If you don't have good electronics, check out your maps. Always pay attention when you're out there on the water, to look for those bluffs and look for those features on the bank that likely continue on into the water, and that's where you're going to find your bluffs and your ledges without electronics and all that kind of stuff. And verify it with your lure. So get a lure, drag it on the bottom, and do your best. You throw it up to where you know is shallow, drag it, and if you're not feeling the bottom, start letting line out, because it's probably the lure's probably swinging to you when you want it to be dropping on that ledge. So those are all ways to figure it out.
Do you have a video? You have a video on that, on ledge fishing?
I have a couple of videos on ledge fishing that talks about some of those things. I dropped one recently that I did with Greg Worsham. I think I dropped that one. Dropped that one in May, and then I also did one last summer. And they both have on the thumbnail. It's like a map, like a topographical map, and they both talk about finding ledges and finding productive ledges and that kind of thing. So definitely look at those in the channel pages on our group on the YouTube channel.
Christy says shell beds.
Yes.
Shell beds are good. Yes,
Yep.
Dragging a jig or a shaky head or something like that is awesome.
The high spots with shell, with weeds,
Mhm.
maybe with some rock on there.
And those are also ones that you can typically feel, whether you're dredging a crankbait or you're dragging a jig. You can feel that different composition on the bottom. Fluorocarbon line is real great for that. Even braided line, since it's so sensitive, it transmits those vibrations, so you can feel exactly what you're on, whether it's soft or hard or whatnot.
So same gentleman, Zachary asked, thanks for that. If I found some fish on a ledge in say 40 foot, how would you try to trigger a bite? What lures are best?
In 40 feet of water, you're going to have a difficult time getting any hard crankbait or anything like that down there, unless you try that crank. Was it Carolina cranking that might be something worth trying. But typically in that depth, I'm going to throw a hair jig or some kind of lead head type bait. So what I mean by that is a lure you're putting on a lead head, threading it onto a lead head. Jigs, that would be a jig, that'd be a shaky head. I'm going to go with a heavier shaky head, probably quarter ounce to half ounce shaky head at that deep of a depth. Now you don't have to sit there and wait for a minute for it to get down to the bottom, but yeah, that's something that you throw out there that's just going to sink, and then you can work on the bottom slowly. To get a reaction strike for finicky fish, you might want to try a blade bait or something like that. A blade bait you can throw out there and it sinks like a stone, and then pull it up and it vibrates and creates a lot of vibration and can get you some strikes at those deep areas.
I do have some blade baits. They're I don't have them listed anywhere. Didn't bring any, but I'll get them up somewhere.
Paint, yeah, cool deal.
So anybody can contact you and see. I mean, you have different things that you didn't bring with you tonight.
You have a lot of stuff that I don't have tonight. Different.
Can't bring your whole house.
Yeah, I can't bring my whole house, and I do have a house full of lures. So
from the time period that I've known Matt, I've known you for a year and a half now. Just after you started painting baits, he's been willing to work with anything I've needed. So if I need him to do something for me, or if you need something to do something specific, just contact him. And I'm sure you guys can work something out. He seems to be pretty flexible there, and I've been happy with the product that I got. So
Cool.
Eats my food too. So is night fishing? Do you all night fish this time of year?
I don't, but it's a good idea.
yeah,
probably.
night fishing is a good time. This time of year, you know, to just get away from the traffic. All the boats, the wake boats, wakeboarding boats, I guess.
Yeah.
Pontoon, all the pleasure boaters are out there in full force. I would highly suggest, if you can, going out at night. Plus the temperature's so much more pleasant. But I like to focus on grass flats at night. The big worm or a big spinner bait, Colorado blade spinner bait. You know, topwater lures can be good too. A loud topwater lure, but something that's gonna get their attention. But yes, night fishing is great this time of year.
Chrissy says 3/4 ounce jig.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for ledge fishing in
I like
particular.
the football head on a ledge.
Yeah. Dragging those. I've caught some big ones this time of year on it.
Yeah.
You make jigs, Matt? Just for
No jigs. I wish I did, but they're awesome.
Well, look at me looking like I'm gonna be trying to make anything out.
Huh? I make jigs, honey. You forget.
Full moon, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
around that full moon for sure.
Yeah, feeding, that affects your feeding windows, and you always want to try to figure out when those are if you can.
Definitely something that I try to do during the summertime is I like to be mindful of docks or shelters that you have close by, because those isolated thunderstorms pop up on you. You need a place to get under, place to get away from it. So it's always good and be mindful of docks that you have close by that you can go and wait out an hour storm or something like that.
Speaking of hours, you last call for.
Yep. We are approaching it. It's about an hour. What time is it?
It's 10:04.
10:04. Wow, it did go by quick.
Yep.
All right, guys. So last call. We're gonna draw these names. Last call on questions. Daniel Norris, what's up, brother? Yeah, beware of waves at night. That's for sure.
Can't see him.
I hit one time and almost lost my trolling motor.
Oh, man. I believe it.
It broke the shaft.
Yeah.
The whole thing was.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta be careful. Thanks for reminding me about that, Daniel. I think I suppressed that, and I appreciate that.
Re-triggered, re-traumatized.
Yeah, right.
That's not good.
So,
We
all right.
almost went over on the side with those wake boats.
Well, you have to worry about that at night, though.
Well, not at night.
But it was just it seemed like a rogue wave. I was only going like 30 miles an hour, and all of a sudden a wave came out of nowhere and just wham. Anyway, all right. There's a question, Patrick. What is that question? I
Something
missed
about
it.
fishing bluff walls. He's not seeing them out on the
Patrick
ledges.
McNamara, only seeing fish on bluff walls in my lake as opposed to ledges. Any suggestions for fishing a bluff wall?
Yeah, I like fishing a bluff wall a lot like I fish a ledge. To be honest with you, the biggest thing is finding, if you can find a bluff wall, a portion of that bluff wall that you can see current. If you can see current on that bluff wall, there's gonna be a bunch of fish there. If you have a huge bluff wall and there's no current on it, I would just throw a Ned rig or a shaky head. You want to throw it right against that bluff.
Maybe a drop shot.
Drop
something
shot
like that.
works good too. Yep. But yeah, throwing right against that bluff and letting it just drop right along the bluff. I'm talking. A lot of times I'll hit the bluff. I'll just downright smack the bluff with the lure so it falls right against it. Because a lot of times those fish will be right on that bluff or nosing to that bluff. So when something falls down along that wall, they'll eat it. If it falls 2 feet away from that bluff, they don't even see it. It's behind them. So be wary of that. Other times the fish will sit under the bluff or on a crack or the regularity of the bluff, and sometimes you have to throw and then just allow that bait to swing to you, and then they'll come off of that bluff and grab it. So you have to notice how the fish are positioned on the bluff to really figure out the best way to catch them on the bluff. I find throwing a lure right on the bluff and also sitting perpendicular, parallel to that bluff and throwing up the bluff and coming down that bluff, right along that bluff, perpendicular to it. Sometimes you can catch them there. So tried several different things. One thing to start, throw that lure against that bluff and see how long it takes to get to the bottom. So that way, if you throw, say it takes 40 seconds to get to the bottom. If I throw up there again and it only drops for 10 seconds, I know a fish has it, or it's stuck on one rock that's sticking out of the bluff. So at that point, you want to test it, and if it's got any tension or feels gummy, go ahead and set the hook, because a lot of times when something's falling by that fish, they just suck it in and they don't move. They just sit there. So if you know, hey, that seems a lot shallower than it normally is, and it should still be falling, chances are that a fish has it. So be wary of that before you start imparting action on that lure. Test it. Make sure that you're not going to just jiggle that thing right out of the fish's mouth.
Patrick says contour changes on the ledge that will show.
Yeah, those are the best
high
ledges.
spots and stuff.
Yeah, the best ledges are the ones that are those bluffs underwater that have shells on them. If you have shell beds and stuff on that bluff, even if they're not there at that time you're fishing, come back, revisit that bluff or that ledge, because it will likely have fish at some point, for sure.
I've got contact information here for you for Victory Sports and Christy knows somebody down there.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Cool deal.
Awesome.
Thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, if that's no more questions, we're gonna go ahead and make a drawing.
All right.
All right. So
You want me to pull, or you want to pull? You want to do?
let's let Matt pull.
All right.
What
You
are
don't have
we
to
doing
watch
here?
that anymore, do you?
All right. Patrick McNamara says, "Awesome, thanks for the tip. Going to have to try it."
Yep. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. If you have any more questions,
What's
feel
up,
free to
Sean?
contact me.
Sean Watman says, "How you boys doing? Shoot, I missed
What's up?
some. Sorry, I was getting boy in bed. Didn't
Oh.
miss it all."
It's all right.
But you better ask your question quick.
He said, "How you boys doing?"
Oh, okay, that's a good question.
Okay. That's true. We're doing good.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and add you in there real quick, Sean.
All right, I'm gonna.
All right. Matt's drawing the
Here, you
first
wanna do
name
it
for the
on camera.
Okay, yeah.
for the first bundle.
All
Here, I'll
right,
hold
so
it
I
up for you.
can't see them.
First bundle for that
in there.
crankbait and the little jerk bait.
I think I got one. Zachary Boyd.
Zach Boyd. All right, you've won this first bundle. Congratulations. There you go. All right, you go ahead and set that off
Take
the side.
Here, just put his name right in
Put it on the.
Okay.
Zach,
Good idea.
email with your address, phone number, and I'll put the email address in here again for Matt.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah.
Zach Boyd. If you want to, make sure you message him. That way we can get your contact information and get that sent to you. Okay. All right. So we got the second bundle. Congratulations, Zach. All right. Second bundle is a Whopper Plopper and the Vision 110. Go ahead.
All right, we have Colin Burnett.
Colin Burnett. There you go, buddy. I just went fishing with him not too long ago. You won the second bundle. Oh, here it is. I put it back already.
Yeah,
There you go, Colin.
good job, man.
All right, good deal. All right, guys. Well, it looks like I get to hang on to this.
Tisk, tisk.
Bye bye, Glide.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys getting on here with us. And we'll try to do one as much as we can. Next week, we're actually, Tim Evans, we're going to do focus on some of his baits. And we got to work out the live because I'm not sure how, I think he's going camping. So if any of you bait makers are interested in doing this in the future, holler at me. We can try to set up a week that works best for your baits, works best for your schedule and my schedule, and we'll try to do something similar. But Matt said that it was beneficial. He noticed a good uptick in sales this week,
Yeah, definitely.
and we appreciate you guys for that. And by all means, make sure you go check out his website and his Facebook page at Matt Tackle Co. MaCo Tackle Co.
I'm putting it in the feed.
Yeah, she's putting it on the feed, so
I forget it sometimes. So.
she's putting it in the feed. So if in the feed you guys can see, make sure you get on there. look up his stuff, get a hold of him. That bucket of lures you found that you're never gonna deal with, maybe you can work out a deal with him. He can paint them for you. So
Yep.
holler at him, and appreciate you, Matt, for doing this whole thing
And-
all week. And hopefully, what?
Sorry, Sean wants to see the glides. He loves them.
No.
No,
No,
can't
no.
see him. Sorry.
No.
Here's the one that I'm gonna take now.
You are not taking
I am
that
taking.
bait.
Here's another. I think it's the same blank, but
Yeah,
he
same
foiled.
blank.
He foiled it. Put foil on that one. Yeah, that's They're nice. They're nice.
On your website, Matt. Do you have a website, Matt?
Yeah, I do have a website. It's MaCo, just like the shirt, MaCo Tackle Co.com. So
MaCo
be sure to check it out.
Tackle.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure if you message him and you make any order that you've seen from this live or anything like that, make sure you message him and you put Flip In Live in that message. Okay, that way you'll get that discount. Okay, guys? All right, guys.
Cool.
Well, I appreciate you. Until next time,
Thanks,
tight
everyone.
lines, guys. Finished. How do you finish this one? X.